Summarize science and technical texts. In the last lesson, we talked about the strategy of identifying the central idea. And as you recall, the central idea is the key message or point that the author is trying to make in an informational text. To find the central idea, we're going to use details within the text that will provide us clues as to what the author's main point is. So we're going to pay attention to the who, what, when, where, and why. In a science or technical text, we're going to use many of the same skills, but the central idea is going to be a little different. Usually, the central idea is going to be a conclusion based on data or experiments, and that information will be provided within the text, and then the author will provide his or her conclusion. To summarize science or technical texts, we're going to do things a little bit differently as well. Like an informational summary, the science or technical summary is still going to be a basic recap of the text. We want it to be short and to the point. Here is where it's going to differ. A science or technical summary must not include prior background knowledge. In addition, we also want to avoid including any personal opinions. We need to stick to the information that is given by the author. In other words, we are just summarizing the facts and only the facts. Let's take a look at a passage. On August 2012, the Mars rover Curiosity landed on Mars. Its mission was to find out if life ever existed on Mars. If life did exist on the red planet, then could humans ever survive there? Those are some big questions to trust to an SUV-sized robot. Some people were skeptical. Would NASA be able to land a working robot on Mars? Would the robot be able to answer these very specific scientific questions? The answer proved to be a resounding yes. Curiosity uncovered some remarkable evidence, including trace fossils similar to ancient fossils found on Earth, as well as evidence that Mars once had water. Today, Curiosity still rolls around Mars. It snaps photographs and collects samples. How? The Mars rover uses state-of-the-art technology. So let's think about some of the key details that are provided by the author about the rover's mission. So we're only going to focus on the rover's mission. Well, as you see, the passage provides 3 key details to let us know why NASA was sending the rover to Mars. All right, so we're given the information of when, where the author tells us specifically that the Mars rover landed on Mars. And then we find out that there's actually 2 key parts of the mission. First, it's to find out if life ever existed on Mars. But then the author asks a question. And this clues us into the next part of the mission. Would NASA be able to land a working robot on Mars? Okay, so we can take from that question that part of the mission was to see whether or not it could actually be done. How could we summarize the purpose of the mission? Let's remember the key details that provide us with the information that we need about the mission itself. So we know that the rover landed on August 2012. We know that the mission was to find out if life ever existed on Mars. And NASA wanted to see if they could actually land a working robot on the red planet. Based on this information, we could write the following summary. NASA landed the Curiosity rover on Mars in August 2012. The mission served two purposes: to successfully land a working robot on Mars and to determine if life ever existed on the planet. Here we see that we use the specific details, the specific facts about the mission, and we were able to successfully put together a 2-sentence summary about the passage.